My name is Sarah Rutman, and it's a privilege to be sharing Torah with you on the Beth Tikva YouTube site from Montreal, with special thanks, as always, to Rachel Schlossberg for the beautiful graphics and to all of you for listening. In this week's Parsha, we read about the mitzvah of Brit Milah. If a woman has conceived and born a male child, on the 8th day the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. So I take you back to the Haftorah of Shabbat HaGadol. It's the last prophetic message from the book of Malachi before the long galut, before the long exile. And it ends with a message of hope. Behold, I send you Eliyahu the prophet before the great and awesome day of Hashem. He will restore the heart of children to their fathers and the heart of fathers to their children. Who was Eliyahu a Navi? Eliyahu was called Malach Habrit. He zealously defended the right for everyone to do Brit Milah. Even when people said, that's old-fashioned. We don't need to do that anymore. And Eliyahu Hanavi comes to every Brit Milah. And Hashem continues in the Haftorah. He says he knows how difficult it is for us to see that the wicked are sometimes flourishing. But in those moments of doubt, Hashem wants us to encourage each other, to speak words of strength. And not only that, every word of strength that we speak to each other is recorded in a book. Not only the mitzvot that we do, but the words of hope that we give to one another are recorded. And in this week's Parsha, we read about Sarat, which comes about because we spoke Lashon Hara, and not only that. It happens when we had the opportunity to say something kind to somebody, to uplift someone, and we didn't. That, too, brings about Sarat. So we go to the Kohen, and the Kohen looks, and he decides if it's a nega, if it's a blemish. The word nega is spelled with the Hebrew letter ayin at the end, and ayin means eye. It's all about where I put my eye. It's a life attitude. It's always being able to look for the good. So you take this word nega, which means blemish or affliction. If you put the I, the ayin, at the end, then it stays a nega. But if you put the I at the front of the word, now you have oneg, which means delight. It means you delight in people and you've changed the way you see. You can delight in people or you could be critical. So back to Brit Milah, there's a story about Rabbi Akiva and a Roman governor, Turnus Rufus. And Turnus Rufus asked Rabbi Akiva, who is greater, man or God? And Rabbi Akiva answered, man. Turnus Rufus was shocked. He said, how could that be? So Rabbi Akiva came to him with a piece of wheat and a freshly baked roll straight out of the oven. And he said, Hashem wants us to partner with him. He gives us the wheat. And he says, take my world, take what I've given you and make it better. So Hashem is called the Tzur, which is our rock, but you can also read it as Tzayar. Hashem is the ultimate artist. If you asked a little child in kindergarten to make a picture of a man, likely you'll get a circle for a head and you'll get sticks for arms and legs, and you're going to look at it and you're going to say, wow, beautiful, that's a man. But if you took a famous artist and you asked him to paint a picture of a man, chances are you'd get a little red paint here and a little black paint here, and you'd kind of look at him and said, I asked for a picture of a man. And the artist would look you in the eye and say, it's going to take me 6 months to paint this picture of a man. Come back after 6 months. And if you have any questions, we'll talk. And you're going to see that the black was for the shadow and the red was for the contrast, and that every stroke created the picture of the man.